Hello and welcome to another Monday's live stream. Now today I'm going to be sharing some top tips on how to secure your Facebook profile in order to avoid being hacked. So again, if you're watching this live, please do say hello. And if you're watching this on catch up, if you've got any questions, please do just put them in the comments below and I'll happily answer them after the live stream. Okay, so I'm Bex from Social Media Executive and I train businesses how to effectively use social media to grow their profile, to increase engagement and to generate more sales inquiries. And today we're just going to be going through some really simple tips that you need to do to protect yourself from being hacked on Facebook. Oh, hi Amanda, thanks for saying hello. So basically, lots of people come to me. I've had quite a few customers last year. New customers approached me and said, Bex, can you help? We've been hacked on Facebook. Now, this is generally speaking, their business pages have been hacked on Facebook. And the reason their business pages have been hacked on Facebook is because they've not protected their personal profiles. So again, I'm going to run through some really simple steps that you need to do to really protect your personal profile, because if hackers get into your personal Facebook profile, they're going to then get into your business pages as well. These steps are really important for anyone who might manage your Facebook business pages as well. Because remember, there might be a number of you managing your Facebook business pages and have access to them. And if one of those people gets hacked, they've then got access to your Facebook business pages. So I just want to run through these steps that you and anyone who manages your Facebook business page should do to stop the hackers. And it's so important. It is so important. I've been working with a client for a number of months now and they got hacked, unfortunately, got access to everything, deleted the multiple Facebook pages they were on, removed all the admins, removed the anyone who was in control of those pages, started posting random content onto their Facebook pages, really crippling their brand, but then deleted the Facebook business page and deleted that person's profile that was hacked, but also got into their business account and stole £130,000 worth of money. So you don't think it's a problem until it happens to you. So I just really want to make sure that you don't ever come across this. And I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you some really simple steps that you need to do that a lot of people aren't aware of. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. And if you've got any questions, just give me a shout as we go along. And again, don't forget to introduce yourself as we go along. So I'm just going to share my screen. So just bear with me. Just going to move this over. Right, okay, so hopefully you can all see my screen now. Give me a shout if you can't, and I'm just going to run through some really simple steps. Okay, so this is me, Social Media Executive. If you scan this QR code in, you'll go straight through to my LinkedIn. Do feel free to connect with me there. Right, okay, so the first step that we should always do is when we go into Facebook, is we must always have a strong password, and people tell us about this all the time. So your password should never have any common names, birth dates, or anything like that in there that might relate to Facebook, okay? It's really got to be quite a cryptic password, and please do not use the same password on everything, because if the hackers get your password for one thing and it's the same on other platforms, other applications that you've got, they can generally get into those as well. So a really strong password, and it's always suggested that passwords have letters in there, numbers, capitalizations, and those funny other, little characters like @ signs or, commas or anything, semicolons, whatever. Add those in, really mix it up, okay? And you should also regularly change your password as well. So when you go onto Facebook, I'm just going to click through, you go onto your Facebook profile, and in the top right hand side, there's a little upside down triangle here. So you just need to click this profile here, this little button here. And then if you scroll down, you'll see here, settings and privacy. So this is what we're going to look at today. This is where you want to go into. You want to go into settings and privacy. Okay. And once you click into settings and privacy, it will come up with a menu on the left-hand side. You then want to go into security and login. And this is what's going to secure your account. Okay. So when you click on security and login, you will be bring up a menu like this. So I'm just going to go through quickly some of the main things that we need to look through. The first one, it's going to do Facebook will do some recommendations for you. So you can just view on that and it'll take you automatically through some of the steps that you need to do. Okay. So there's that. But the other one as well that I find really, really useful is it's going to tell you where you are logged on. Okay, so at the moment it's telling me that I'm logged on my PC and it's active now and which town I'm in. That's fine. That's me. It's also going to telling me that I was on my phone as well 2 hours ago, and that's fine. That's me. So again, it's always good to come in here and just double check where you are logged in, because believe me, sometimes I've been on there and gone, oh, hang on a minute, I don't recognize that. And if you don't recognize an area where you're logged onto Facebook, click these 3 buttons and follow those steps there. Okay, so that's just a really useful tool because it's going to tell you where you're logged in. Now, where you want to change your password, you'll do it here. So you'll change your password there. And also, if you want to save your login information, you can do that. But if you're on any shared computers, shared offices, or anything like that, please don't ever make sure that the PC you're on at work, make sure that it's not saving your login information on those. Otherwise, people who might jump into the computer after you can then get access to your Facebook. So be very careful where you save your login information. Okay, so let's move on. What we're going to look at now is two-factor authentication. Okay, so this you may be aware of. Lots of other applications have two-factor authentication. Facebook has it too. Now, some people just go, oh, I cannot be bothered switching this on. But actually, two-factor authentication, if I can say it, basically means that if somebody logs on to your Facebook account from a new device, it might be a new computer, a new tablet, or a new mobile phone that has never been logged on to before, then it's going to require them to put in a code. Okay, this is essential. Okay, I encourage everybody who has social media accounts, particularly business accounts, to do this, because hackers access your account from all over the world. Okay, they can get in. They do not need to have your phone, your computer, or anything like that. They can hack in from anywhere. Okay, so if someone from, I don't know, Germany was trying to get into your account, then it's going to prompt them and say, you've got to give me a code because you don't normally log in from here. Okay, and that code will come to your mobile phone. Okay, and you'll get a text message. So if you all of a sudden have a text message that you've not asked for from Facebook, then you need to log on to your Facebook and see what's happening. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that this is switched on. So you just click on here and click edit here, and it's going to take you through to this screen here, and just click the turn on button. Okay, and it's going to tell you, where which phones your text message is going to go through. So make sure it's the right phone number, because if you've got an old phone number on your Facebook account, then that is going to be an absolute nightmare. And again, you can manage those here. You can manage which phone numbers it is. Now, sometimes if we've not got our phone, or the batteries run out, or whatever, and we need to get into our accounts and we're just like, oh my goodness, I can't get a text. Maybe you've lost your phone for whatever reason, then you have some backup methods here. Okay, so you can have security keys, you can set up recovery codes and things like that. So again, I suggest you set up some of those so that you do have these options available should for any reason you've not got your phone. Okay, so do have a look at adding a backup method there. So once you've set that up, basically, anytime you log on from a new device, it's not going to ask you for this every time you log on from your phone or every time you log on from your computer that you always log on to. It's just going to prompt new logins, okay? So it's going to basically pop up with this box here, and a code will be sent to your phone where you can just enter it in there and then just confirm, and then it's going to let you in. You know, you should only really have to do this once. You certainly don't need to do it every time you log in. So please, please do set this up. This is going to stop those hackers getting in and make it a lot more difficult for them to access your account. Okay, so going back to this security and login. So we've looked at two-factor authentication. So the next bit I wanted to look at was getting alerts about unrecognized logins, because it's all right, you know, if that's happening, but we also want to get some alerts as well. So we want to set up some additional security over and above this. So the next thing we want to look at is getting extra security. So this, when you click on that button, it's just going to go through here, and it's just going to say whether you want to get Facebook notifications here, Facebook messages, or emails. Okay, now I do have emails, obviously, you know, I don't want to get hacked, so I have email alerts that come through, and I get an email if somebody logs in from a device or browser that I don't usually use, and I can then check where that's been logged in. And if you see something suspicious, as I have done regularly in the past, I just go in and I change my password, go through and do a few checks. But the main thing is if you get a notification or an alert and you don't recognize it, I had one last week, then you just go in and you change your password, and then you know that you are protected. Because once people get into your account, that's it. They can change your email address. They can change your mobile number. So all of a sudden, all these logins don't work. They'll change your password, okay? And in some instances, they may then delete your account. So if you've had your Facebook page for years and your account is then deleted, it's very, very difficult to get it back, okay? Very difficult, because Facebook doesn't have a comprehensive support line that you can phone up. Believe me, it's atrocious, okay? But not only that, they get in, they'll change your password, they'll change everything. Then you can't access your business pages, because of course you access your business pages through your personal profile if you've not got Facebook Business Manager set up. So again, you've really got to be really careful with Facebook, okay? It's so common now to get hacked. So just protect yourself, okay? So the next step then, the final step then, is basically you can choose 3 to 5 friends to contact if you get locked out. So if for any reason you get locked out, sometimes Facebook locks you out because they think you're a hacker trying to get into your own account. So if you get locked out or if you get hacked, then we've got some trusted friends and family who can help you get back into your account. So it's good to set these up as well. So the next thing then is you click that button, and here you can just go through and you can just add in. So if you click edit or add, if you've not done it before, and just type their names in and their photo, these are photos of the profiles who are my trusted contacts, their photos will pop up, and then you can just click add. Okay, then at any point in time you can go back, you can edit them, you can remove some of them if it's not relevant anymore, but you can add up to 5. Okay, so it's a good idea to have some trusted contacts in there, again, to help you recover your account if it's hacked, to help you recover your account if it's for any reason deleted, or if for any reason you just can't get in. Yeah, if we've lost your password and Facebook decides you're a hacker trying to get into your account, you can be locked out. So add these 3 to 5 friends, okay? So go through and do those. And then the most important thing is because the hackers are really, really clever, you can get emails and they can create a whole Facebook login page that looks correct, always, always, always check the URL at the top of the page, at the top of your browser, and make sure it's www.facebook.com, okay, / whatever else it might be. As long as it's that, you know that it is Facebook, okay? It is a legitimate page. But if at any point in time you are not sure, then log on it through your own methods. Don't click on strange links that have been emailed or texted to you, because a lot of the time it's hackers. Facebook will never ask you for any of your account information without, through your phone or through your email. It certainly will never ask you for your passwords or anything like that. Okay, you must always go onto Facebook and go through the processes that way. Okay, so those are some of the steps that you need to take with you to make sure that you're not being hacked. Now, next week, there is, let me just remove this. Next week, I'm going to be running through, just because there's been so many incidents of being hacked recently, I'm going to be running through some of the steps on your personal profile you need to take to protect the information on there. Okay. So if you've got a personal profile on Facebook, I'm going to be running through checks that you need to make, checks to make sure your pictures are private, why on earth you should not use your Facebook business profile as a business account and friend loads of people, the dangers of that. We're going to be running through a number of elements on how to protect your Facebook profile, because it's so important to protect your business pages. Okay, so I'll see you again next week. And if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like, ask me any questions, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are on YouTube, as I'm live every week sharing lots of tips and advice on social media. And I'll see you next week for the second phase of protecting you from hackers on Facebook. So I'll see you next week at 12:30. Bye.